Hello Ramen Nation, Chris Cobain here, bringing you another Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. It's been a good bit since I've got out my last one, and as you might be able to tell, we have another change in the team here. Last time I revealed a completely brand new team, and in this one I'm doing basically the same thing. There is going to be one similarity between this team and the last one. That's going to be the Mence as you see, but it's a completely different Mence from the other one. And this is a really cool team. There's also Pokemon on there that you would probably never really expect me to use, and that's Cresselia. The reason though is because that Cresselia becomes necessary to complete the wall core that's meant for this team, and it's a really good team. I really like using it, and this is a really clutch battle. So let's go ahead and take a look at my entire team. We've got the Mega Abomasnow, the Cresselia, Hitmontop. I've used one before. It's sort of like the one I have already, but a little different. EV Spread moveset's a little different. Unfortunately, I don't get to really show off the cool thing about him here, but I'll explain it later. Rhyperior, which I've always wanted to use and is cool. The Mence, as I said, different from the last one. The last one was Moxie Scarf. This one is not. And a Heracross, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I've never had a chance to use one. This one is actually a Toxic Orb set with Guts. On the opposing side, we've got a very threatening team as well. We've got the Umbreon, the Stoice, which really is bad. It really threatens my team a whole lot. Donphan, Heracross as well. He's got the all-powerful Entei and Galvantula. The Entei, maybe not a threat. I got Rhyperior, but as you know, he's going to carry that Sacred Fire. It's going to have that 50-50 shot to burn, and once I get burnt, you know, I'm not going to do a lot of damage to Heracross, Donphan, Umbreon, even Stoice at that point, so it's going to be a scary match. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So obviously his lead on this team is going to be that Galvantula, possibly the Donphan, but I knew it was going to be Galvantula. Either way though, my best lead was going to be Abomasnow, and now as you're going to have to note as you come out, Snow Warning does not activate here. That means I am soundproof or immune to Bug Buzz. The point is to try to bait him into going for Bug Buzz. He doesn't do that. He goes straight for the Sticky Whip, which is fine. I go for the best attack I can throw at him right now, which is going to be Earthquake, and then I'm just going to Mega to take him out. Megaing because he's not going to Bug Buzz because I'm carrying Soundproof. But as he actually admitted to me on this play, he completely forgot that Abomasnow could carry Soundproof. So we just went straight for Bug Buzz, and that sucks. I probably shouldn't have Mega'd, but I'm assuming, of course, that he's not going to do that because I am soundproof. But either way, it doesn't end up killing me, which I actually thought it would when I saw it, which is good, though, because I can take him out. No problem there. So he's going to bring in PK5. That's going to be the Entei. I do have Rhyperior, but I am not interested at this point, honestly, and switching into a Sacred Fire already. So I'm actually going to let Abomasnow die. Looking at the rest of the team, I'm not thinking there's anything else that I'm really going to have to worry about, especially at that amount of HP. Basically everything outspeeds me, except for maybe the Donphan, and is going to kill me. So I'm just going to let myself go there, no problem. So now I can get a free clean switch into Rhyperior, which is going to threaten him a lot more considering I didn't take any damage. And I'm not burnt, so I can just fire on a free Earthquake here. If he switches into Heracross, I'm not worried about it, but he makes the correct switch, switches into what it will be his physical wall on this team. Is going to be the Donphan. As you're going to see, though, I'm not even invested in attack at all, and this is still a pretty solid hit, all things considered. About a 3-hit KO, nearly with the Hail and without leftovers up, so he's going to be a Rocky Helmet set, as we see here, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out now. I'm going to go into Hitmontop, reason being, Intimidate, possibly Stealth Rock. I carry Rapid Spin. This is an all-day good switch, but he doesn't go for Rocks here as I hit the Intimidate on him. He actually will go for Knockoff. And right up based off of that, based on the damage I did, the fact he would outspeed me, my mind said maybe he doesn't carry Rocks on this set, because I feel like that would have been a great time to do it. But I don't know at this point yet, so he's going to go ahead and switch into Stoice, as I'm going to go ahead and get off my Rapid Spin. Now I make what is kind of maybe a weird play at this point. I'm actually going to stay in, but like I said earlier, this thing really threatens my team. I don't have a great switch in for a Water Pulse / Scald. Mence will be my best one, but he's life orbed, and chip damage is already a threat on him, plus the possibility that he might get rocks up later. So I don't want to switch anything into this water pulse. I stay in, I live a crit, and I'm going to close combat. Now, my main reason for doing this is I actually have no damage on this team that's a straight OHKO. I think the only thing that might OHKO him is Guts close combat, potentially, as I go down to the second water pulse. But for stuff like Mence and for like Facade on Heracross, I actually need some chip damage. Here I'm going to make a misplay. Cresselia actually handles Stoice if I outspeed him. I typically outspeed Mega Stoice. If I get a Calm Mind up and then he Dark Pulses, I can actually Calm Mind and then kind of stall him out a little bit with Moonlight. But unfortunately this is a speed invested set and I'm going to take a lot of damage. This is also a misplay on my part. This is still a new team to me, so I'm still getting used to it. What I should have done the first turn right here, I should have done this. And this is going to be a switch into Heracross, meaning his Dark Pulse is now resisted. Heracross is fairly bulky, it does very little, and because I switch in like that, my Guts instantly activates instead of having to wait a turn, meaning I'm now full power, and he's not going to be able to really take a Facade or anything, especially with Donphan missing some health. So he's going to have to let Stoice go. That's fine. That is a complete win for me, in my opinion. I think I win this matchup because I needed that Stoice down. So is he going to bring an Entei here? I'm knowing Entei's faster than me, 100 base speed compared to my, I think, 85. So I have no choice. I need Heracross right now. I can't sack him like I did Abomasnow, so I'm forced to switch on to Rhyperior. Knowing his Sacred Fire is coming, he knows I got something that all day walls this. Doesn't have to care, does no damage, but he gets the burn. That's how it goes, man. It's the same thing with Scald. Even if you got a great switch in where it's not going to do any damage, it doesn't. You don't care, you know. You're going for it just to try to get the burn, which is fair. So I do take that burn, which is really unfortunate. At this point, he's going to switch into the Donphan again. I predicted it this time because that was a pretty obvious play. And I'm going to double switch actually into my Mence for the first time, and we're going to get to reveal the set here, which I haven't revealed yet. I'm Intimidate. There's no point in me being Moxie because I'm a special Life Orb set, and I'm running Hydro Pump. So down goes Donphan all day. Even though that was AV, at that amount of health, he was dead. So I am able, even without him on top there, I was able to keep the potential rocks off the field, which is good, which is exactly what I wanted to do there. So he's going to bring in Umbreon now that he knows I'm a special set. I do carry Draco, but I know that's not going to do a lot of damage, so we're going to just straight out switch into Cresselia as he goes for the Toxic. Could have went into Heracross there. I wasn't sure if he'd use Foul Play, though. I didn't really want to switch in on it. I know I could have and got off a close combat, but I wanted to more grow into Cresselia here as somewhat of a sack switch. But, in case he does stick around, which I'm not sure he's going to, I'm actually going to Moonlight up here, just in case. But he does go for the Wish, and as soon as he went for the Wish, he's not missing any health. He knows that even if I Moonblast that, which I am, that I'm not going to threaten him unless I set up a lot. So I knew off that Wish there was no way he's going to stay in, so I could have went for an attack on the switch here, but I know it doesn't really matter. Even if I Psyshock, the Heracross is going to get basically all of its health back, so there was no point. I just go for the Calm Mind, trying to maybe start setting up. I'm already got a status, so he can't burn me with Sacred Fire. Maybe if he switches an Entei, I get a couple boosts, I can threaten him with Psyshock. I don't know. But if he goes into Heracross, I'm pretty sure I'm dead here. And as he's going to reveal, after I take this Toxic damage, he is actually his own Toxic Orb set as well, so that's a Guts Mega Horn coming, and I know Cresselia is bulky, but that's going to be one of the few attacks that's a straight out OHKO on Cresselia. And I'm going to go down. Didn't do a whole lot in this matchup, that kind of sucks, but, you know, oh well, that's how it goes. So I'm going to switch into Mence here, no outspeed, since he's not a Scarf set here. And I'm just going to go for Fire Blast right off the bat. Reason being, just in case he decided he wanted to stay in. I mean, I was pretty sure he'd switch into the Umbreon, but I knew if worse came to worse at this point, I could switch Heracross in on a Foul Play and still be able to get off an attack. So that was my point. Maybe he stayed in. I didn't want to risk a double and then him Facade for whatever reason, thinking he'd live an attack. And then we lose Heracross, which would cost me the game. So I do make the safer play. He does do the switch, and then I'm able to switch on a Heracross. He does Foul Play that time. Like I said, though, it's going to do a lot, but I am going to be able to live that. And at this point, he's got nothing. He doesn't want to risk his Heracross. He definitely doesn't want to risk his Entei. So I know at this point he's forced to stay in. So instead of facading, I go for close combat. Heracross could have taken that, but no way he brings it in. Too risky. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to completely destroy that Umbreon with the close combat, which is going to set me up exactly where I believe I need to be to win this matchup. So at this point, he's going to go ahead. He's going to bring in the Entei. There's no way I need to switch here. Heracross has now officially done his job. He's killed the Blastoise for me. He's taken out the Umbreon. You know, the Donphan's gone. All his big walls are gone, so the wall breaker is no longer needed. So I'm just going to let myself go. He actually went for Stone Edge there. Really risky. He would have been dead if he missed. But oh well. He didn't miss. Into Rhyperior, I'm aware this guy's going to be banded. They always are, so I know he's going to switch. So I don't know, the best play to me here is the Stealth Rock. I have Rock Blast. It's not going to do a lot because I'm burnt. You know, Earthquake's obviously not going to do anything. So I figured Rock because I can one-hit this Heracross, and I wanted to get as much damage off on this Entei as I could to set myself up for the win here. So I do get the rocks up. He's going to bring in the Heracross, and then he's going to destroy me with close combat. Really bulky. I'm max defense, I'm max HP, but of course that's a good Heracross and that's a close combat, so not even Solid Rock going to save me there, and we're gone. So it's down to 2-on-1, but I know I'm in the position I want it to be. This is where I want it to be when this game was ending. I'm going to bring in Mence, who will outspeed both of these Pokemon because typically Entei, if it has extreme speed, it actually has to be adamant. So I would outspeed these both if that was the case. I do hit the Heracross with Fire Blast, which is nice. RNG playing nice with me here. We're going to get that kill. And it's going to leave me in a one-on-one with a Pokemon at half HP that I'm fairly positive I outspeed. Because like I said, if it's the event Extreme Speed Entei, it's forced to be adamant. Which means I absolutely outspeed it. So he does not go for Extreme Speed there, which at the time I thought was kind of odd. Because he should know that I'm going to outspeed him. And I do hit the Draco, and it is going to take him out. And that's going to be the end of it with a super close 1-0 with Mence pulling out the victory there. Now, actually, though, as I revealed, because I talked to him right after the match, he's not even an event Entei. He doesn't even carry extreme speed. It was actually an Entei that he had soft reset for, and it wasn't carrying extreme speed. It was banded, and I believe it was Jolly as well. So we were actually, if that was the case, we were actually in a speed tie, and Mence just happened to win that one, but that's not something I would have foresaw. I was expecting adamant. I was expecting band. I was expecting to all day outspeed. So at the end there, Heracross, Entei versus Salamence, who can OHKO them both like that. That was the position I wanted to be in. We got it. We got the outspeed. We got the win in again a very close 1-0. So I've only been using this team for a couple days. I'm not one to use Legends a lot or at all, really. I've only used Legend and VGC. But I like this team. The Cresselia really works with it. I don't stall too much, and it's not really even a super stally Pokemon. It doesn't really have the potential to do so very much. Less than you'd expect, actually, but it's a really cool team. I like it a lot. Very bulky, but it's got those super wall breakers. Specifically the Heracross. Mence does it really well, too. And I didn't get to get him going in this match, but that Abomasnow can really do some work. He's actually full physical instead of the typical mix set. He's running Swords Dance, Ice Shard, Seed Bomb, Earthquake. Really cool set if you can get it going, but that's obviously going to be it for this battle, you guys. So if you enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit that like button at the bottom. Going to help me out a lot. You can also subscribe to my YouTube as well. That'll give you alerts to every time I get out a new video. I get out a new one at least once every week or so. It's been a while since the last one, but I try to do it about once a week or so. And if you have not checked out my Twitch channel, I encourage you to do so over at twitch.tv/xcriscoban. There'll be some links in the description below for that. That is it for me, guys, so I will check you guys out in the next video.